Welcome to Live at Zero BPM, bringing live music to you. Tonight, it's the Live at Zero BPM Socially Distant Jazz Show, featuring Bruce Foreman, Brad Rebuchin, Jeff Miley, and Will Brom. If you care to donate, click on the donate tip jar link in the description or on our website at liveatzerobpm.com/tipjar. And now, let's get to the music with your host, Billy Halting. Hey, everybody out there in internet land, your host, Billy Halting. How's it going today? We are in January. We are on big lockdown here in Los Angeles, so I cannot have people into the studio. And that's super sad, but I still wanted to keep something going. The guy still wanted to perform, so we're going to start. Tonight is our first socially distant jazz sessions, and we've got a killer bunch of guys here. Let me bring them on. Let me bring them in here. There they are. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Billy. What's up?
I got Bruce Foreman here, Brad Rebuchin, Jeff Miley, and Will Brom.
Hey.
So yeah, this is guitar night, and I called these guys because they've all performed here before with their bands, and they were four of the coolest, easiest to work with cats that could understand my diving into the deep end of the pool with the technology of having 5 remote guests and all that. 4 remote guests. I'm not remote. I'm right here. So but I don't want to dally around too much. We're going to get to everybody tonight. They're going to play. We're going to answer some questions. We're going to have a good time. So first off, though, I want to say we got 2 tips before we even started tonight, which is awesome. We have Lance Harris was the first one, and also Adam Levy. So, and when we talked to Bruce in a bit, Lance Harris is a supporter of Guitar Wank, which is Bruce's podcast. But I want to get to the music, like the guy says, and we're going to start out with Bruce. Let me get his screen up here. Hey, Bruce.
Hey, how you doing, Billy?
Good, good. Hey, tell us about
I just
Guitar
want
Wank.
to say, besides Lance, Adam and I go way back. I gave him a couple of lessons when he was a kid. I know his family. What a great talent and what a great friend.
Cool.
So, hi to Adam.
I friended him on Facebook today. Hopefully he'll accept that friendship. So he's a friend of yours. He's got to be cool, right?
Yeah, he's great, man.
But we're going to have you play. But I just want to ask you, tell us about Guitar Wank. What is this?
Oh, Guitar Wank is a podcast that started because Scott Henderson and I are good friends, and we used to get together and meet for breakfast. When people actually got together and did things out in public and restaurants.
I remember that.
So we used to do that pretty much at least once a week when we were in town. And then this other friend of mine, Troy McCubbin, a great guitar player, when he found out we were friends, he couldn't believe that the two of us would actually like each other or anything. And so I invited him to come to breakfast, and he heard us just basically ranting and heckling, for hours on end. And he said, we got to make a show out of this. And we said, well, what do you mean? He says, well, I got a studio. Come and that's when podcasts were first starting. And so we just got together, and instead of hanging out for breakfast, we'd go over to Troy's house and we'd do it in the evening, and we'd drink, and of course it made the ranting and heckling even more potent.
Nice.
And so we just sit, and then now we're about to start our 5th year. Martin Luther King Day. It comes out every Monday, or now with the pandemic, it just comes out wherever it does, but it's always more than at least once a week. And we have like 250 shows up, and we've had 1 million guests. We've had everybody from John Pisano and Robin Ford and Joe Bonamassa to Frankie DeVito to Eric Singer, like other instruments. It's just all over the map. And basically we just sort of, we had Dweezil Zappa. We just sort of, rant, heckle, rave, and make jokes and make fun of ourselves, and and complain, basically.
That's cool. Early adopters.
Yeah, and it's been really a lot of fun, and we're still doing it even like this. Of course, it's audio, so we don't have to worry about the video interface. So, like today, I had to put on a pair of pants. I don't know why you can't even see them, but
you can't. But I'm glad. But thank you. It's the thought that counts, right? Well, we'll have to see if we can get Scott on here some night. He's an amazing player. I have a funny story about. I walked into this kind of dive bar in the valley called the Chimney Sweep. Used to go there when our regular bar would close at midnight, so we'd go there afterwards, and it was a dive bar. Sunday nights was blues night. I walk in there with my buddy, and I'm listening to this guy play, and I'm like, I turn to him and I go, is it the alcohol or is this guy a freaking genius? And my buddy goes, yeah, that's Scott Henderson. I'm like, okay, so it isn't the alcohol. But it was just like the last place I'd expect to see somebody of his level playing with these kind of okay guys, but playing them like the coolest stuff over the blues. It was great.
Yeah.
But enough about him, Bruce.
No,
We'd love to hear from you.
I'm glad to say he's a friend of mine. I've always loved his playing. You know, I mean, when it comes to swinging, you know, which to me is just flowing on the guitar and rhythmically really being in the pocket, there's nobody better than Scott. You know, he's just really got that thing that I just, to me, it's everything, you know.
But you know what, Bruce? You've got that thing also.
Well, you know,
we're gonna show the
I'm
people out
losing
there.
it, though. I'm trying to find it again, you know.
What are you going to play for us?
I don't know. I'm just going to start making stuff. Oh, I know what I'm going to play. I got an idea. But I'm not going to tell you till after because it's going to be kind of germane to the world we're living in, you know, sort of one of those interesting comments on society today.
Right. Okay, well, take it away, Bruce.
Okay, let me make sure I'm turned up. Okay, I'm cool. I'm cool, he screamed.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
So that's an old song called "Nice Work If You Can Get It." And obviously that's something that's very current for all of us these
Yes.
days.
What is this work you speak of?
Yeah, I know, exactly. So I'm glad that came to me, because it's a great old song. It's by George Gershwin.
Yes. Hey, we got a lot of comments. Toby says hi to each one of you individually. Toby comes to all of our shows. She helps me promote it. She's a very nice lady. And Phil O'Connor says, maybe I'm amazed. No, I'm amazed. And let's see. Diana's here. Hey, Diana. And I got to say hi to Phil. Hi to Chris. The regulars are here. Kerry Frank is here. He's going to be one of our
Kerry!
guests in a couple of weeks. I can't remember if it's the 21st or the 28th, but he's going to be back, and he's playing with his trio in February. If we can get through this lockdown. If not, we'll continue with these shows. If you guys like it, let us know. Juliet just showed up. Hi, Juliet. Let's see see if there's anything else. But let's move on. It's who do we got next? We got Brad Rebuchin, who automatically wins because he brought his uniform. He wore the uniform.
That's right. Yeah, I've got my how I can move my guitar in.
There we go.
Boom.
Oh,
there goes Jupiter.
Yeah. The whole world, the whole universe just was destroyed.
Okay, well, let me switch over to Brad and I. And groovy. So, hey, Brad, how are you doing? What are you working on these days?
Well, just working on trying to actually learn a little bit of mandolin, believe it or not, but also just there's just always more stuff to learn. I'm actually trying to get better at playing solo guitar, which is kind of a thing now, oddly enough.
Well, we have a venue for you.
Yeah. And just trying to listen to everyone and steal people from people like the people on the show or anyone else that plays cool stuff, like all the cool Bruce does, he's so, it's all so there, so cool. So such a good feel and such a command of the vocabulary,
Very cool. Are you you have any albums out to promote? We can talk about those later, but I know you have at least two, When Smart Dogs Go Bad and Cats Have Edge.
Right. Yeah. Those are my two like group albums. And then more recently, just before this whole thing shut down, I did a duo record with David Becker called For John.
Right. You guys did a show for us. That was very cool. And you also have the Held to a Different Standard.
Yeah. And Held to a Different Standard. A thing I did with Alan Hines and Lyman Moneros and Chris Wabich.
And you know that I call it Held to a Higher Standard.
Yeah.
But no, it sounds great. What are you going to play for us?
Well, I was gonna play like a swing tune, but I think I'm gonna do something different because Bruce sort of nailed that thing. So
yes, Bruce ruined it for everybody.
He ruined it for everybody. So I'm gonna do like a Metallica medley.
Nice. Okay, well, take it away, Brad.
Actually, I'm gonna kind of see if I can mash up a John Abercrombie tune and Summertime.
Nice. Here, we'll take it away.
Okay.
All right, Brad.
Thank you.
Toby says, "What a pretty guitar."
Thank you.
What's that guitar? Can you tell us about it?
It's a Sadowski Jim Hall, and it's what Roger Sadowski designed for Jim Hall when he wanted to have a guitar that he could take on the road, because he didn't want to take his like expensive D'Angelico, and so he designed this as sort of like a good guitar for for Jim Hall. and so that's what he played, this model, not this actual guitar, but and it's a pretty guitar.
Cool.
Well, Chris Stark said, "Sweet." Got a lot of comments. Diana's loving this, and Bruce, I forgot to mention, Pat Kelly is watching. Hey, Pat.
Oh.
He's going to be our guest next week, and he said, I can't find the tag. He says, "Bruce, that was sweet."
Nice.
So yeah, Pat is somebody I just talking to him a couple nights ago. We're doing a test of his system, and I had to sneak into the Flying Jib to see him and Vinny and all those guys play years ago. It was an old jazz club that used to be on, I think it was on Ventura Boulevard, if I'm not mistaken, but a few years ago. But that was great, Brad. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got to give some shout outs to some tips. Carrie Frank tipped us. Thank you, Carrie. And Carrie is playing here. He's part of the group on the 28th. He's going to be along with Larry Steen, and Larry's wife, Nikki, is a singer. So Larry's a bass player. And Carrie Frank, Sinclair Lott, the drummer, who played with Bruce's trio and with one of Jeff's trios, is going to be here. And Jamie Kime from the Butterface Trio is going to be here also, guitar player. He and I toured together for years, and great cat. And I might as well go. Let me just jump over to some of the schedule that's coming up. So these are the. Oh, there we go. So I know a little bit more. Next week is Gary Meek, Otmaro Ruiz, Pat Kelly, and Chris Wabich. That's going to be a great show. On the 21st, we're going to have Greg Karukas, who's playing here in February, David Becker, who we just mentioned, Dimitris Machlis, and Pete Griffin. So we got a good. This is the only show so far that's all just one instrument. But I do have a survey. If you go to the website LiveAtZeroBPM.com, that's ATZEROBPM.com, there's a little survey, the January survey. That kind of helps us see what you want. And most people said they preferred different instruments. Number 2 was guitar, and number 3 was percussion.
Ooh,
Imagine that.
look at that.
I think keyboards was after that, then horns, then vocalists. But I mean, we only have 11 people taking the survey, so it's not a accurate sample size yet. So run to the website, get on the mailing list, take the survey. And now let's get on to Mr. Jeff Miley. And I forgot, I have little clips of you guys.
Oh,
Whoa, cool.
So a little teaser of what we do here. I will play Bruce's and Brad's when we come back around to them. But I say, oh my gosh, I took all the time to make those. So that was the Miley Tibbs Taylor trio with Ernest Tibbs and Joel Taylor. That was a cool night. And how are you, Jeff?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Great
Hey,
to be
what are
here.
you working on these days?
I'm just kind of getting into the basics. I just sit down in the morning every morning and go through some triads and my arpeggios, and it's very relaxing, and it's
Very
I
cool.
feel like things are
Now-
getting really solid.
Tell them a little bit about the Odd Dogs album.
The Odd Dogs. Well, first of all, Billy is on the album, which is, of course, the most important thing about it. And also, it has dogs in the title, which Brad's got dogs in his too.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that's a band with Ralph Humphrey on drums, Steve Billman on bass, the wonderful Andy Suzuki on saxophone and keyboards, and myself on guitar, and ours truly, Billy on percussion. And it's a really fun band.
Yeah, we should. I'd love to get that band in here sometime.
Yes, we got to.
You know,
make
when
that
it's
happen.
safe again, we can do that. But
Yeah.
you know, I have a bunch of questions. We'll get to the questions for the group in a little bit. But let's go on, and we're going to talk about your social media links again. You can find all that stuff. And if you want a tip, we have those tips that I say. Carrie Frank tipped. Also, Chris Stark from Hawaii. Comes to almost every show. Tips. He could be our #1 tipper. I believe he probably is. And then also we have Meredith, who is a new tipper. And hi, Meredith. I don't want to butcher your last name, so I won't say it. But thank you very much. That's very generous of you. You guys, I put the links in the chat rooms. And I don't have anybody on Twitch yet, though. No, nobody on Twitch yet. Oh, we have 2 viewers, it says. So there must be somebody here.
They're lurking.
Well, the other thing is, if you're watching Facebook, YouTube, or wherever, tell us where you're watching from. I mean, I know Phil is in Ontario, Canada. I know Chris is in Hawaii. And but if you're coming in, it's always nice to do. Oh, and Elisa is watching. Hey, Elisa, she's an old friend of mine. She's very generous. A couple shows ago. And but tell us where you're watching from, because we love to see that. Sometimes we get people from Australia and Japan, and it's super cool. So let's see. Oh boy, I've missed a lot of comments, but I want to get to Jeff playing. What are you going to play for us, Jeff?
I think I'll just start, and I'm sure you guys will recognize it. This is something I was
Okay.
just kind of messing around with today.
Cool. Here you go. really great, Jeff.
Thanks.
Tiffany Zhao, I hope that's pronounced right, it says, beautiful song, great, Jeff. Jennifer Rebution says, nice interpretation of this song. And we got a bunch of people watching from all over. And we got another comment, Sandy Crane, who's watching from Payson, Arizona. What a great venue for all of us who love jazz. And see, we got her, and Toby's in Encino. Julian, who just tipped, thank you, Julian, is in Long Beach. Carl is in Yuma, Arizona. Greg from Anaheim. Elisa from Westlake Village. Sandy Crane, she didn't say where she was watching from. But and Gerard is in Tarzana. Got a good local crowd here tonight.
Sandy Crane's in Arizona. That's my mom.
Yeah, I recognize the name. Hi, Sandy.
And Tiffany is my girlfriend. I'm paying people to show up.
Oh, nice.
Whatever it takes.
And Pat Kelly said, nice, Jeff.
Thank you.
2 exclamation points.
All right.
Wow. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to meeting him. And we got another tip. I mentioned Julian, gave us a tip, and so did Sinclair Lott. They get paid for doing the shows here, then they go home and then they tip it back. So it's
love it,
which is awesome. You know, the support is beautiful. But now it's time to move on to the fabulous Will Brahm. How are you doing, Will?
Hello. Glad to be here.
Let me throw your clip up here real quick.
Shout out to Kevin Axe, who that day got called to play with us last minute on bass. Shout out to Kevin.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that was a good day. And I guess Ahmet couldn't make it that morning, and you called Kevin.
Kevin came in and saved the day. That was a lot of fun. That was a really fun show.
Yeah, it was a really good one. And you were playing the solid body that day.
Yeah, I was playing my Stratocaster. Different vibe, man. Different vibe.
Definitely. Now, you do a lot of posts. I see your Facebook stories a lot. Tell us, what are you just working on new things, new ideas? You do a lot of classical stuff also?
Well, I'm not a classical guitarist, but I have been obsessed with Bach lately, so I've definitely been studying that stuff every day. It's like therapy to me. So, you know,
You're not a
I'm a poor man's classical guitar lover.
Ah.
Yeah.
I get it. So I was going to say, you're not a classical guitar player, but you play one on the internet.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, I see what you did there.
I had to get that in sometime today.
Love it.
Well, Harvey says, looking good, Will. He hasn't even heard you play yet, but you are looking good. You got a nice, beautiful guitar there. And what else you got going on? What are you working on these days besides the classical stuff?
Yeah. So this month I'm actually recording a new album, all in pieces, doing the tracking right here in my home studio, aka my room, all month, about 3 hours a day. It's all original music, and I'm doing it all in pieces, and eventually having other people fly tracks in. But it's fun, you know. It feels like a fitting time to do something like this, since every other way of making music has basically been taken away. It's like, okay, well, let's make some music with what we have, right?
Right. That's great.
Yeah.
So let's get on to hear you play.
Cool.
What are you going to do for us today?
I'm going to play a song written by Oscar Pettiford, a wonderful bassist named Trickritism.
Okay. Take it away, man.
Thank you. That's a tricky one.
I have to turn my mic off so you couldn't hear me tapping on the keys while you were playing.
Oh, God.
But Griffin is here also from Studio City. Hello,
Nice.
Griffin. Welcome. Ginger, as some of you may know, who's here at every show, she can't comment. Something's wrong with her login with Facebook. But hi, Ginger. We know you're out there, and that's great. Tony Jones, sorry, says, Will, amazing. Phil O'Connor's hypnotized. Toby Silverman says it's always great to listen to you. Let's see what we got here. So I just want to do a couple things. This is really fun. I'm hoping you guys out there like this format because this is what we're going to have to do for a while. We're all trying to stay safe. It's going crazy here in LA. It's getting a tiny bit better. I watch it every day, but hopefully we can all stay safe. But I do want to do one thing. I want to play the commercial for the merchandise. And now some of you have seen this and some of you have been to other shows. I was wearing a neck brace for 12 weeks after surgery. I got to recut the commercial, but please indulge and just take, I think it's 40 seconds or so. Hello there. Tired of not being able to decide what to wear and also wish that people knew you supported live music? We've got a solution. The new Live at Zero BPM t-shirts are here. They're perfect for doing just about anything. Holding your cat. Walking the neighborhood. Deciding which mask to wear. Crying yourself to sleep at night crushed by the pressure of extreme loneliness coupled by the foreboding sense of impending doom. Doing your laundry. Petting a cat to relieve feelings of loneliness and impending doom. And they also say hashtag support live music. So friends on video calls and the person that drops off your groceries will know you are awesome. These shirts will make you the coolest person in the room, especially when you're by yourself. And soon, hats. Just waiting for those slow motherfuckers in Vegas to finish embroidering them. Order yours today at liveatzerobpm.com/shop. And thank you for supporting live music. Shirts may not make you the coolest person in the room, even if you're by yourself. Okay. And we have the hats. I have to recut the commercial because I did get the pretty blue and the black hats. So that's on the website. You guys can find it. And every little bit helps. I do want to say one thing. I think we have one of the largest crowds we've ever had. We had almost 60 people at one time. We're at 45 right now.
Nice.
People seem to be liking this format. Let's keep doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Wait. Oh, the alarm is going off. And you know what that means?
Conversations in music.
Conversations and music.
What does that mean?
Conversations and music time.
Which
So,
is basically
as all
what
of you
happens
in
whenever
internet
there's a
land
bass
may already
solo,
know.
right?
Yes.
What's that?
It always happens whenever there's a bass solo.
Yes. Conversation.
Dang.
So,
Oh, that's
I don't know.
Where's the drum?
Sorry.
Okay, I was going to say, musicians know that you cannot jam together on the internet yet. There's too much latency. It cuts microphones off. But we're still going to interact. So we have a thing called Conversations in Music. And I think all y'all are going to play the blues, right?
All y'all.
We are, yeah.
All y'all. And Bruce, you're going to start it.
I always start everything, you know what I mean?
Yep. Okay, here you guys go. I'm going to take me off the
I'm going to be
screen.
too drunk at the end. That's why they went to go first. Okay, you ready, guys? Everybody paying attention here? Uh-oh.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
That was really cool. I was thinking, I don't know how to tell these guys how to stop, but why would I?
Yeah.
Why would
You got a lot of. Sinclair says if every other guy played a bar of 7/8, it would make up for the latency.
Nice.
But Sheila
We
Gonzalez.
used to call that rushing back in the old days.
Sheila says, woohoo, killing it. Jennifer Buchan says, woohoo, also. Chris Stark, this is too cool. Jin Peter, hi Jin, new to the room, says, wow. And Juliet Marshall is commenting, she loves it. And I'm trying to see who else have I missed. But I got a couple more tips, though. We got Eva. Thank you, Eva. We've got Greg. Thank you, Greg. And we've got Tiffany. Thank you, Tiffany. So we're having fun. I just asked the guys in the rooms if it's okay if we go past 8 o'clock. Are you guys okay to go a little later?
I've got
We're trying to
another
speed
gig.
things up a bit.
I've got another gig I got to get to.
I have another live stream.
Well, I've got ants. I've got to let them out.
Oh, wait.
No, I'm good. I'll go late to my other
Thank you,
gig.
Bruce. Okay. Well, I guess we're back to Bruce.
Wow,
And let me play-
always me. Always me. Okay.
Yeah.
What do I got to do now?
If you want to take a rest, Bruce, I can go with somebody else.
If I do, I mean, I'll come back. So let's keep going.
Well, listen, here, let me play your little clip from when you played here
Oh,
earlier.
shit. Okay, hurt me now.
I wasn't kidding when I said it was a short clip.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look more like a train robber than a me, but whatever.
That's right. But that was a great. That was a tune called "C Sweet."
Sorry about that.
Hey, if it's a gig, take it.
Yeah, get me on it.
My agent calling, wondering if I'm working.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna get to Bruce, but Megan says, "Yay!"
Woo!
Four Y's, 5, I guess, if you count the first one. But let's see. Let's go on to Bruce. Why don't you play us a little something then?
Oh, I'm going to play something. Oh, okay. Well, I should have prepared something, but I kind of did a version of the song. I don't remember what I did, but I'm going to do it again in a different way. Kind of what we're going through in this right now in the world. I mean, I'm not going to get, I'm just saying. This is another song that has to do with what's happening around us.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, that was very nice, Bruce.
It was too short. I could play something more, but that's enough, right?
No, that was the perfect length.
That was
Yeah.
great.
I was reading so many. Gerard, who just tipped us, thank you, Gerard. He says "rascally rabbit," Bruce.
Wascally Wabbit.
Jennifer Buchan is clapping. Megan is saying yay again, and Gerard says, "As always, you bring a tear to our eyes, Bruce."
Yeah, I know. I make all the girls cry.
A couple other comments I want to say. Sandy says, "What fun conversations and music! You guys are all fantastic." Pat Kelly said, "That was fun." Peter Boskovich said, "Nice guitar, Jeff." What is that guitar?
This I just got it 2 days ago. It's a custom made by Greg Bach, who's my
Nice.
yeah.
We can totally nerd out because you don't get to stop in the middle of a club gig and tell people what you're playing. Yes,
I do
Bruce.
have a question here, real quick, for Jeff's guitar. I noticed the headstock is reversed,
Yes.
and which means that, like, which to me makes a lot more sense because the higher strings should be shorter scale
Right.
than the lower strings. Was that the whole idea behind that?
Yes, and also I don't
And
know
how
if
does it feel different?
it feels tighter. Like it just feels more ringy on the low end. I guess I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Look at the. Can you see the bridge pickup? It's
Yeah.
it's backward, or it's the angle's flipped.
Uh huh.
Normally a Strat would be like,
Right.
so. And I did that because of Jimi Hendrix because
Okay.
it
Now,
sounds-
somebody
sounds
actually,
better that
it was
way.
a while ago, they made a comment about that, Jeff. They said they love the long bass string.
Oh yeah,
So
cool.
that's cool. I'm glad Bruce asked that question.
Yeah.
And we just got a tip from Juliet, the fabulous Juliet. She's an actor friend of mine. We're actually trying to think of a way to do a one-woman show with multi-cameras in the studio here. It should be pretty fun if we can figure that out.
That would be
I got
cool.
ideas. The wheels never stop spinning. Okay, well, I think it takes us on over to Brad. Let me play Brad's clip. You guys ready? You ready? Yeah, Brad. And that was Kevin Axt again on bass. I think he played twice in like 3 weeks or something. It's great. He had a great pickup sound too. I love that. So, Brad, what are you going to play for us?
Well, yeah, it's when I'm changing my mind on the basis of what happens before. I guess I'm gonna play, something not too long, since I don't want to draw this out too far. So I guess I'm gonna play Wichita Lineman.
Ooh, very cool. Take it away, Brad. That's great. You've played that with your trio. I almost use that as part of the clip because it's such a beautiful, beautiful arrangement and everything. Thank you, Brad. Hey, Dory Amarillo is here in the chat room, and he says
Hey, Dory.
he's excited. What a great find, solo guitar. Hey, Dory, how you doing? Been a while since I've seen you, but thanks for coming back. Let's see. And Gerard says yes, elongated bass strings just like Hendrix, and he loves the volume pedal, Brad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, and we're on to Jeff. We've already played Jeff's clip. So, but one question I want to ask all of you for people out there is, if they're fans of the guitar and they don't know, who should they listen to besides you four? Before going out and streaming all of your albums, who should they be listening to?
They should listen to Chet Atkins.
Chet Atkins?
Yes. That's my original hero by far.
Anyone else?
Anyone else got somebody?
Well, if we're talking about jazz, I think you got to start with Wes Montgomery.
Yes. Good choice.
But even just jazz, I mean, there's just so much, from Charlie Christian, and Django, to Joe Pass, to, Pat Metheny, Kurt Rosenwinkel, Mike Moreno, Scott Henderson.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if we should do a recommended listening list on the website, but
So-
that's getting kind of crowded up there. But what about you, Bruce?
Well, I mean, of course, all the people mentioned already, but I would suggest listening to more than just the guitar.
Yeah, good idea.
Personally, yeah, I'm more inspired and is actually the way I play is more informed by people like Charlie Parker, Lester Young, the Count Basie Big Band, Art Tatum, Thelonious Monk, and the guitar. Sometimes when you have information coming at you from an instrument that you can't copy, it enables you to integrate a creative part of yourself of how to make this work in a new environment, and it helps kind of become a genesis of style and individual approach that I think, and of course drummers have been a huge, I mean, to me it's all about the groove. So without Elvin Jones, Philly Joe Jones, Art Blakey, I just Shelly Manne, I just can't imagine me playing the way I play. Luckily I got to play with most of those guys,
Wow.
in a band setting,
And then there's the poster behind you.
Yeah, well, Bird, Charlie Parker. I mean, that's what made me play the music. The funny thing is when I heard Bird, I played classical piano as a kid, and I started playing guitar and was just playing, folk tunes and Bob Dylan tunes and whatever, and blues. And I heard Charlie Parker, and that made me decide I wanted to play jazz music. I just couldn't, and that started me looking forward from Bird, all the people that came after him, and of course looking to all the people that influenced him, like Lester Young and Count Basie. So, and it's weird because I was playing alto sax actually in the concert band at the same time while guitar was kind of my main instrument. But it's just there was a part of me that said that on the guitar was something I just wanted to hear. And, you know, I mean, you can almost trace a direct moment from that age of 13 or 14 to 50 years later now.
Yeah, it's funny. I play vibes, but I probably buy more guitar albums than anything.
Right.
If Mike Stern has something out or John Scofield, it's like I really love those albums. But I
Right.
still listen to Bill Jackson and Mike Mainieri and the guys. So, how about you, Will? Besides Bach,
Gosh. Well, these guys covered a lot. I'll say for guitar, check out some Julian Bream playing some Bach.
Yes.
And for piano, since Bruce had a good point, Oscar Peterson.
Oh my
You know?
gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Toss those names into the list.
Yeah, cool.
very cool. Sorry, I am listening, but I have a control room of things, and so if I'm not looking at my camera, it's because I'm watching. I have 4 screens up here today. So, but let's get to some music again. Jeff, you got a little something for us?
Yeah, I think I'll play a standard by Victor Young called Stella by Starlight.
Ooh.
See what happens.
Very nice.
Thank you.
That's really cool. Your mom is loving it. She tipped. Thank you, Sandy.
Thanks, Mom.
She comes to a lot of these gigs. She's
does.
awesome. And also, Katja, thank you for the tip.
All right.
Robert, thank you. And Guillermo. And, Monty. Is it Monty? Yeah, it is. I can't read my own handwriting sometimes. So thank you all for that. And I want to read some of the comments that came with the tips just for you guys. Gerard is Gerard's Guitars on Ventura Boulevard in Tarzana.
Hey.
Says, love you, Bruce and Brad and Jeff and Will.
Cool.
Did I mention Bruce has the best in tone? Let's see who else we got. A couple other good comments. Sandy says, really enjoy this venue. A great way to get these fabulous musicians' music out there. Keep them coming. Thank you. Great. Sandy, we will.
Yes.
And then Robert Jones says, the talent of those 4 guitar monsters all on the same gig is mind-blowing. Now I got to do a graphic
All right, Robert.
with my head
Ooh,
exploding.
We need an explosion.
Something to do. And Guillermo says, thanks to all. And everybody else leaves a note. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your notes. There's a lot going on here. But and Monty says, bravo, Jeff, in the chat rooms. Phil is still claffy. Tova is in Los Angeles. And Toby says mesmerizing. But it's time to get back to Will Brahm.
Hey.
Yeah.
This is fun. It's going a little late. I don't think anybody cares because we're having a good time. And, if you want to go to the website, get on the mailing list. I don't inundate you and beg. I just tell you what the schedule is each week and before the shows and this and that. And if you ever want to reply back with any tips, Billy, do your hair, something, put the hat back on, cover your face. I don't know, whatever you want. What do you got comments? What you like about these shows, what you don't like about them? Because we want to just make them better. We want to give the guys a chance to play. We want to give you guys, what you want to listen to. Oh, and Sinclair wants to know how many guitar players it takes to screw in a light bulb.
We all
No, really.
that, right?
I'm sure it's a lot.
Yes.
99. 1 to do it and 98 to say I could have done it better.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll be okay. So let's see. Let's go on to Will. Let me get my little Will screen up here and talk to him. Hi, Will.
Hello.
I feel we've talked about like everything already tonight. So
I know, at this point.
do you have anything else you want to add? Any albums you want to push? Websites? Again, you can go to the website, click on musicians at the top. It's a roster of everybody that's played, all of their social media links, their bio, photo. So you can, if you want to follow these guys more closely, you can go do that. Check out what they're doing, including Will.
Yeah, just listen, stream me on Spotify and follow me on Instagram. And gosh, I was really tempted to play my version of Nice Work If You Can Get It because Bruce got me all excited, but I'm gonna avoid it because I was like, it'd be kind of weird playing.
Do it a half step up.
Yeah, right. Well, and Bruce does it in G too. I do mine in 6 usually. I love that song. It's like my favorite Gershwin tune. But I think I'm gonna play. Speaking of Thelonious Monk, I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs of his called "Monk's Mood." I'm gonna play that.
Ooh, nice.
Here we go.
I will.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, Will.
Bitch.
Yeah, we got a couple of comments for you, Will. Let me go look up here. I want to say Teja, T-E-J-A is spelled. I don't know if it's pronounced Teja, but it says, great to hear everyone. I used to see Bruce play at Pearls in San Francisco in the 90s. But Neil Adams says, nice, Will. And I think it's 300 exclamation points.
Nice.
Tova says, lovely. And and Neil again says, yeah, Will. So people love you guys. And we got another tip here from Mark. Thank you, Mark. I think we're close to the end of the show here. I want to do just one quickie thing with the schedule for this month. Next week, Pat Kelly, Gary Meek, tomorrow, Chris Wabich, the 21st, Greg Karukas, David Becker. Let's see, I should have them all memorized. Dimitris Machlis and Pete Griffin. That's cool. Keyboard, 2 guitars and a drummer. Incredibly musical drummer. Chris Wabich has played on the show 7 times, I think. And then the 28th, Carrie Frank, Sinclair Lott, Larry and Nikki Steen, and it says TBD, but that's going to be Jamie Kime from Zappa Plays Zappa, and what was the really cool New Orleans gig he had for a while? Dr. John, he did. So, and Jamie's a very versatile cat. That should be a lot of fun. So let me go back to the guys and say thank you.
Thank
You guys were awesome. I applaud you all.
This was a blast.
And Monty says, excellent choice of monk tunes. Will, nice reminder that he wrote a hell of a lot more than a dozen or so that we hear all the time.
Yeah.
Gotta work.
Yes.
He says he's got to work on this one. Thanks for putting on my coat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a kicker.
Thanks, Monty. And okay, so I think we're going to head on out. I'm going to play my outro. So hang around for 30 seconds because I spent a lot of time on these. Guys, any last words?
Just thanks, everybody, for listening, and this was a pleasure. Really, really fun.
Thanks, Billy.
All right, thanks,
Bill.
Go, Billy.
Yeah, man.
Keeping the hang alive.
Yeah, and if any of you are listening to the archive, you can still tip.
There
Don't
go.
think you can't tip just because it's an archive. Because we get a lot of people that watch these, and hey, if you can help out, the tips go to the musicians. Split this up really evenly, and keeping music alive for those of us who haven't been able to do gigs for a while. So Bruce, Brad, Jeff, Will, thank you for being in our inaugural
All right.
socially distant jazz show.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks,
And
everybody.
hopefully people come back next week. So let me play this ad, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for joining us at Live at 0 BPM. These videos will be archived on YouTube and Facebook, so tell your friends. Coming up on Thursday, January 14th, it's the Live at 0 BPM Socially Distant Jazz Show, featuring Pat Kelly, Gary Meek, Amaro Ruiz, and Chris Wabich. Showtime, 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And as always, it's free, though donations are greatly appreciated. Go to live@0bpm.com for details and to sign up for our mailing list. Also, find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you soon.